Hi, everyone. Mitch from PickDogs.com here with Chris and Jay. It is Thursday, May 23rd, 2024, here with your live show. We're live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Just another day at the office. What's happening, guys?
It's another day. That game was crazy last night. I'm just trying to get my thoughts out quick because I know Jay's gonna have a lot to say
There
about
was
it.
there was 18 games yesterday, Chris. So you gotta
I know, but
help us out a little
sorry
bit.
the NBA. Well, I when I mentioned Jay, I figured we were stating the obvious about the NBA game, but the baseball card was solid as well yesterday. But yeah, there's a lot to take away from that Mavs game one yesterday. But I'll go to it in a minute.
Jay?
Yes. Solid day for me yesterday, 2-1. Baseball, Jesus, knock, Luzardo. Oh my God, what a gem. He is just, he's everything that we try to tell you and explain to you guys that he is. And then, over in the NBA land, well, I thought the stars showed up like I thought they would, Luka Doncic was named to his 5th All-NBA first team yesterday. To put that in perspective, Steph Curry has 4. Just saying. Just to put that into perspective on how good he has been. And I think this is the first time he has a legitimate good team around him and a legitimate Robin in his prime and Kyrie Irving. So shout out to Mavs, stole game 1. I thought it also showed it's going to be a hell of a series, and I can't wait to sit back and watch it. So,
So he had how many? 5? How many of those would he trade for one of Steph's championships?
You're
And
right.
I think like all these extraneous awards to me. I mean, you guys know I've been consistent forever, man. I think they're all garbage. But congrats to him, and he's certainly well deserved and all that stuff. But I think at the end of the day, the rings is the story, and he certainly has a chance to do that. And I thought that the way that he played in yesterday's game, Jay has a lot of people, saying he's a Mavs homer and all that other stuff, which he is. And but aside from that, what you have to take into consideration is that the Mavs have been money this season. They were money once again on the drive-through. I gave them out as well. Same thing, same story, man. Same thing we said on the show. It's the Mavs go on the road, man. They're home. It's like that's where they're at home, is on the road, and it's like that's when they play their best basketball. And we saw it once again last night. And now they control this series. They all that home court advantage and all that other bullshit, and the Mavs going in as the 5, right, instead of the 4 against the Clippers, and all that other, right? It's like none of that stuff matters anymore because now we're down to the Western Conference Finals and they have the home court advantage. They could have been the 10 seed. You win one game on the road, you have the home court advantage, man, and that is just the way that it works in these series. And we saw Jay's lame-ass Texas Rangers last year. I mean, win on the road in the wild card round, all of the games. So it's like it just shows you these road playoff wins are in these series are everything, and that's why the Pacers letting that one get away last time was just so it'll be interesting to see how they bounce back tonight. But that could have been their chance, because all it takes is one. It just takes one. It's all you got to do is get one, and I think a lot of times you see teams get that one in the first game, and they figure, well, we got to split on the road. That's the best case that we could have hoped for. They almost take the day off and do it. So it'll be interesting to see how the Mavs come out for game 2. Of course, the Timberwolves, they haven't won at home in a while, right? Or they won at home game 6 against the Nuggets, but outside of that, man, it's been they're about 1-4, 1-3 in their last 4 at home. Is that where we're at? 1-3, 25%. That's worse than Ruffalo's baseball numbers, man. It's like bad. Ruffalo's Dodger picks. Get annoyed at me. Gonna see if we can get him annoyed again. You had a lot of people jump to your defense yesterday, bashing on Jay and I. Jay's getting Mitch type treatment in the comments. He knows.
No.
It's like
I know.
I got my first death threat on YouTube 3 months in. Less than 3 months in, I got my first death threat on YouTube. I hate you. I hate your glasses. I want to kill you. That was the comment. I don't wear the glasses anymore. I, yeah, I hate you. I hate your glasses. I want to kill you. Was the comment. Yeah, it's a good one. I should get a tattoo of that somewhere.
I still remember the first comment I got on one of my shorts, and it said like, I don't know, something about obesity, and I was like, okay, thanks.
So Jay's top 5 NBA players short.
Oh man,
is a it is a
divisive.
Viral mess on social media, but that's what you want, man. That's your opinion. You're entitled to your opinion. Those guys want to say their opinion. There's comments. They can do their own videos. I did one, right? Mine's different than yours. I have Magic and Larry tied at 5, right? Kobe at 2, Michael 1, right? But Jay did his, and everyone's entitled to their own opinion because it's not going to be settled any other way that you slice it, man. It's all by opinion. Yeah. And I think like a lot of this stuff with Jay's opinions, what I've picked up on over the last year of doing these live shows with them is that, the guys that he hasn't seen play, he's quick to disregard. And that's and he'll back it up by a statement that doesn't necessarily it might be true, but it's not necessarily relevant because you can only play against the players that you play against, and that really isn't. There's not, you don't have any control over that. But you have certain players that, Jay is more of a hype train guy. I'm more of guys that change the game guy, right? So like best running backs, for instance, right? Jay thinks like Bijan Robinson because he went to Texas is one of the top guys, right?
Oh.
But Jim Brown and OJ Jim Brown was the baddest man on the planet, man. He was the original baddest man on the planet. Imagine this, Jay. 1,000-yard rusher, Jim Brown, every year of his career. He never played a regular season that was more than 11 games.
My greatest running back ever is Adrian Peterson. That's mine.
But Jim Brown, Adrian Peterson has those kind of numbers, and he probably would have done the same thing in an 11-game season. But think about it. Jim Brown, if you gave him the ball every single play of the game, you scored every single drive because he averaged over 5 yards a carry for his career. 11-game seasons, man. 1,000-yard rusher every single year. And my favorite thing, of all favorite things, he went out on top. He could have played for much longer. In fact, he thought about coming back like 10 years or more after he retired with the Raiders. Maybe it might have even been 20 years after he retired.
Was it 74 where OJ rushed for 2,000?
I think it was 73, but it might be wrong.
73?
Maybe 74. 2,003 yards by OJ Simpson in a 14-game season.
Yeah.
And on a bad team. But they made the playoffs because of him.
But that's the thing, though. And it's hard for me to quantify what I didn't.
Well, here's a Dallas guy. I didn't
live through it. I can go back and watch it.
Here's a Dallas guy, SMU player, Eric Dickerson, man. Also on that list, man. 2,300 yards or something? It was like he was just unstoppable, man. Unstoppable, man.
Another Cowboy, wasn't Barry Sanders? No, Detroit. Barry Sanders.
Yeah, Barry Sanders went out on top. Definitely the best running back of all time is Barry Sanders.
Yeah.
Jim Brown, Barry Sanders. That's really the discussion there. I think
there's
Evan
also,
Smith is in there. And there's some other guys in there as well. But really, Barry Sanders and Jim Brown are like on a different level. It's like they're like the Jerry Rice of the discussion. At running back. Jerry Rice, forget it. It's like, so here's the thing about Jerry Rice, and you guys I know are too young or weren't alive when this happened. So nobody heard Jerry Rice, right? No one had ever heard of him. And you know how they have that like East-West Shrine game that they used to have?
Oh,
I don't think they still have it, right? But it used to be there was no cable TV back then. So everything was over the air. So any sports that was on, people watched it. So the Shrine game, I think, used to be on on Christmas Day. I'm not sure. It was on like a holiday, and they showed the Shrine Game. This Jerry Rice from Mississippi Valley State. No one ever heard of this guy. I mean, unstoppable. And he just was scoring like every single play. And then the Niners drafted him. The rest is history.
Yeah, they still have the Shrine Game.
They have it, but it's like it's become like these college all-star games.
Oh, it's
relegated. Well, back when I was a kid, and this is like it's gonna really I date myself, but so how about this, Jade? Have you ever heard of this? The college all-stars versus the defending Super Bowl champs.
I remember.
Can you imagine that? So they used to have this, right? So it was the 78 Steelers versus the college all-stars, man. They stopped the game in the third quarter. They literally stopped the game. It was raining, so it was like they had an excuse. But it was Mean Joe Green, Elsie Greenwood. Steelers played all their starters. Lynn Swann, John Stallworth, Franco Harris, and Rocky Bleier both went over 1,000 that year in the same backfield. I mean, that Steelers team won 4 Super Bowls, man. And they're playing against the college all-star team. It was like, oh, man. This is like, and after that game, they never did it again. Can you imagine? Joe Washington was actually on that college all-star team. And Joe Washington was amazing. He was great with the Washington in the NFL. He's got to have a bunch of rings. But holy crap, man. College all-stars versus NFL champs. I don't know how they decided, if you put the Jaguars up against that, it was did the college all-stars ever beat the NFL champions? And there was 42 games like this. The all-stars actually won 9 games in the series.
That's crazy.
Yeah, 42 games. In 1937, college beat the Green Bay Packers 6-0. The last game was 24-0. The Pittsburgh Steelers, it was the 76 Steelers, so the team that had lost the year before to the Raiders and had made it back to the Super Bowl. Oh, my God, that team was ridiculous because that was when they had Elsie Greenwood and Ernie Holmes on the defensive line with Mean Joe Green. That was like their best defensive line because then Steve Furness kind of started moving in on that, and he wasn't quite as good. They had Jack Ham, Jack Lambert were the things. They had, everybody, like Mel Blount. Oh, I would say 75% of the starters on that team are in the Hall of Fame. 4 Super Bowls. Terry Bradshaw was the quarterback, It's like, he just lit them up. Mike Webster, I know, was in the Hall of Fame, the center. Oh, my God. That's funny. I don't know how we got on that, but I just love that used to happen. 24-0. They just stopped the game. Because it wasn't going to happen. But a lot of people are like, oh, the Jaguars are so bad, that college team could beat them. Alabama could beat them. No chance. Chance just left home. Can you imagine, Mac Jones, the Alabama reels out, Mac Jones out there against, the Panthers or something? That wouldn't happen, man. Here's the 73 Dolphins versus the college all-stars. They got the highlights on YouTube. Paul Warfield and Larry Zonka. It's like half the NFL Hall of Fame. It's like Greasy's throwing deep over the top. I mean, here's the 76 game. They just stopped it. Oh, here's Vince Lombardi furious when the 63 Packers lost the All-Star game. Anyways, what else is happening, Chris? Anything good?
Just looking at yesterday's baseball card and just seeing all the upsets that came in and trying to figure out which ones are going to come through today.
The thing is that when Romanelli was on the show with us and he was like, I really love today's card. And I really loved yesterday's card too. I left a couple winners on the table. And, you know, I lost on Jay's Rangers with them. But I don't know, man. They were up. They were up in that game. They got no excuse. They had a lot of chances too. They had a lot of chances. Even when they were down 6-3, they had runners on, you know, they had chances. They had chances, man, time and time again.
Yeah. The one that got me yesterday were those freaking Pittsburgh Pirates.
Oh, against
Giants?
Yeah. Giants are good, man. They're bad.
Up 5-0, and then the bullpen just choked it away.
Let me fill you in on something, Chris. Always take the Giants. I think the Giants might be my Mavericks. It could be.
I thought the Padres were your Mavericks.
No, the Giants. I take them every day. I'm not watching this video, man. I know who's taking it. I know who's taking it.
That's fair.
I take the Giants every day.
And you take whoever's playing the Blue Jays.
Pretty much, and the Marlins.
And the Marlins.
The Marlins have been good, man. They've been real good.
Yeah, Knock stepped it up yesterday.
Who's there?
Jesus.
I'm here. Indeed you are.
What?
That was serious. That was funny.
Siri's got a Lizardo jersey.
I guess so.
How about the Orioles getting swept for the first time in 2 years?
We called it on the show here, man. We called every one of those. Every one of those games. The Orioles are reeling, man. They're not hitting the baseball at all. They stink. They're gonna get swept again.
They can't hit righties, just like the Mets can't hit lefties.
So, my favorite Romanelli comments now are all the people that miraculously cash out to avoid the bad loss of the square team. So, I just have a question for you guys in the comments because I never cash out. I've never cashed out on a bet. Why do you cash out? Why do you cash out? Chris, do you ever cash out on a... I've hedged. I've hedged with like a giant parlay or something. But
I don't cash out either.
I think the only time I cashed out, or maybe I've cashed out maybe like twice ever, and I think one of them was just because the payout was like 98% of like what my full payout was going to be.
I never cash out.
And the team that I was on to win the parlay was like getting blitzed with like 2 minutes to go.
No, I'm not saying the cash out's bad value. I'm saying I'm going to say this. I'll say this about the cash out. I don't even understand it enough to even know if it is value or not value. What I do understand is that if I'm not confident that a team's going to win, why do I have a bet on them in the first place? The only time I would cash out is before the game starts if they gave me even my money back. Let me cancel the bet. But I don't understand cashing out like, oh, I cashed out before the Dodgers game. Well, then why were they on your ticket, man? Why were they on your ticket to begin with? If you're going to cash out, that should be, If they're on your ticket, those are your best bets. I don't get it. Someone explain it to me, please. Someone explain it to me. Why you cash out? It's the same reason. Like, there's certain bets they don't even make any sense to me. Most are Ruffalo's, to be honest with you. You ever look at Ruffalo's picks, Jay, and just say, I don't even understand how he got there. I do it all the time. That's what I'm paid to do. Scratch my head. Yeah, I think that going forward, I'm gonna have our tech guys make it so guys can't put in negative odds with run lines, man. Every time I see it, they lose. Anyways, I just don't get it, man. I mean, like Jay takes down his bets at the craps table. I noticed that. Someone just woke up. No, I don't. I got 5 Vegas trips coming up, so anyone that wants to hook up in Vegas, I got a trip every single month through October. So let me know if you're going to be out there or what. I'm pretty busy on most of them, but let's see what I can squeeze in. The next trip, it just depends on how the cards go. I'm playing in the World Series. So I'll see how that goes. Maybe I should probably play some poker before I go. I haven't played in years.
First hand, all in.
No, I'm not that type of player. I'm more the other way. I'm super conservative. All right. Short card, so let's get it. We've got the Pirates against the Giants. Paul Skeens on the mound against Mason Black. Luis Gil versus Luis Castillo. A battle of Luises in the Bronx. And we got Zach Wheeler going to do the Wheeler test here versus the Heen Dog. Chris, you want to go first this time?
All right. Well, the ones I'll take here, I'm going to go with the Pirates on the run line. It's a bit hesitant with it, but now it looks like it's a bullpen game for the Giants. And I think that, there's a time to back Paul Skeens. This is it. Even if you want to lay the half run in the first 5 so you don't have to deal with that Pirates bullpen again, wouldn't be opposed to that either. But I just think this one's all Paul Skeens' world, and we're just going to be living in it today. I'm going to take the Yankees in that one against the Mariners. The Yankees have just been clubbing righties. And Castillo, as much as I love Luis Castillo, he's had his inconsistencies this season. The Mariners behind him, a really high strikeout rate against righties, and Heel's struck out a ton of guys lately. So I think he's coming off a 14 strikeout game. So I think the Yankees get it done there. I said yesterday that if it was Andrew Heaney yesterday, I probably would have been on the Rangers on the run line. And today I'm going to stick with it. We're going to go with the Rangers plus 1.5 here. Just we keep saying if Zach Wheeler didn't have bad luck, he'd have no luck at all. And it's been in a lot of close games. The Phillies are still just 5-5 in his 10 starts this season. And as hot as they are, the numbers do take a slight dip against left-handed pitching. So I'll take a shot on the Rangers plus the 1.5.
Jake?
Give me Castillo, man. At plus money, sign me up. I mean, his numbers are Castillo-style numbers. He's not going to go shut out every game. I think he's been just fine. Yankees have been hot, and Hill's been okay. But the Mariners are leading the season series against the Yanks. It's been a competitive series the entire season. I'll take the shot there with the Mariners at the plus money with Castillo. And then I am on the Skeens hype train, but the price here in this game is kind of priced me out.
It's not really that bad.
I'm starting to see like minus 185.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's at like minus 185 now on the money line. So It opened minus 150. You know, I would have took it minus 150, minus 185 is kind of the run line. You can lay the run line and get plus 120, but I don't really. It's the Pirates still at the end of the day. I'll find my spots with Skeens. I took them last game. It paid off. You know, maybe a money line spot for the Pirates, but 185 kind of out of my realm. And y'all already know, man. I'm taking the Rangers. Y'all already know. Y'all gonna call me a homer anyway. So.
Homer.
Heen dog. Yeah, I know. Heen dog. Let's do it, baby. Wheeler fading his ass. My Rangers, we are free falling right now. You know, there's not really much I can say to 50-50 Rangers. That is us, man.
Double Rangers lost yesterday. The Rangers and
I know.
Rangers.
Bounce back spots for him today, though. With Heen dog, man. I'm gonna take the Rangers. I'm gonna take a money line.
The Yankees-Mariners is a prototype under. Even though the Mariners games generally go over, man, believe it or not. I think what we've seen from him is that I could see what Jay's saying about Castillo is that he's kind of like one of these guys that, you know, a lot of the guys that I've been talking about and we talked about yesterday, there's a few of these on the card too, where it's like their numbers are their numbers. Like you look at his last 3 games, you look at his season numbers, it's basically the same number and it's still a good number. So he's just even keeled, you know, it's just a matter. Well, Heel, you know, is definitely pitching really strong lately. 1 ERA over his last 3 starts, but it's like that's unsustainable. Nowhere to go but down. Whether that happens against this light-hitting Mariners team, I don't know. I don't like either of them. I'll just take the under. Giants, Pirates. I like Pirates first 5. I like Giants game in that one. I just think that what we've seen in these Skeens games is, and this is the same. This is Jacob deGrom syndrome right here. This is what happens is you get a guy in there that throws 150 miles an hour, and there's other guys that throw hard in Major League Baseball. Trust me, there's not a major, you know, most of these Major League pitchers can throw a fastball pretty good, and there's a lot of them that can get 100 plus now. But I remember when Chapman was the first guy like to really get 100 consistently. Now it's like everybody does it. But the thing is that when you have this guy that throws like 100 miles an hour, he's not going to go that deep into the game. They're not going to like mortgage the future for a Thursday win against the Giants, you know? It's just not going to happen. So what'll happen is when Skeens comes out, man, then you got that Pirates bullpen, and basically everything's going to look like a beach ball after looking at Skeens for 4 or 5 innings. And I think the Giants hit that bullpen. That's what we saw against the Cubs. Remember that game went 9-8 or something? Because of that? Same thing, man. Same shit. And I'm taking the Rangers also. I hate Wheeler, man. I hate his guts. I don't know, I hate him personally. I just hate what he stands for. Not as a person, just as betting odds. he stands for, you know, a very square take on things. At least in my opinion. All right, I'll just say it. I don't like him. All right. Next up. Reds and the Padres. Oof. Nick Martinez. Whoa. Something stinks around here. The stench of Martinez probably still lingering around Great American Ballpark. Then you got looks like a bullpen game for the Cubs here. Ben Brown up against A.J. Smith-Shawver. And the A's coming off the overtime loss taking on the Rockies, closing out the series. So 3 more closeout games, Jay.
All right. Give me a. That Padres Red series. It's ugly. I'm not really in love with it. All right, here's what I'll do. Give me the Rockies. Hey, I had them boys last night in a parlay. Boy was at a sweat. They had the game the entire way through, and then gave it up and they went into extras, but then they pulled it out. It was a sweat. But I'm back on him today, man. Look, this is a Feltner. He's bad. Okay, he's bad. But what's his name on the other side? Joey Estes. He's not good either. We saw the Astros crank his ass his last outing. We're getting plus money on the Rockies, man. We've seen the Rockies be competitive in certain instances here recently. Outside of that Giants series, I mean, the Rockies have played well this month. So I think it's not that surprising for me if they come out of here with the series win. I'm going to take the Rockies at the plus money in that one. That's really the only one in the slot that I'm in love with. I mean, I could sit here and tell y'all at that price, I love fading the Braves.
Not working out too well for you recently.
I know. That's why I don't bring it up much. So it's like, I kind of want to lean towards the Cubs, but you got to be a strong man to fade the Braves. So I'll lean towards the Cubs in that one today. That's really all I got in this slot. I like the last two games, though.
Cubs bullpen is garbage, man, and they're going with a bullpen game today, so that's a garbage game for the Cubs. Smith Shawver was the youngest player in Major League Baseball last season. We haven't seen him yet this year, but I'll just say this. He's a year older, and I expect to see it for him to be a year better. He was good last year, man, coming up. The Braves, they grow pitchers on trees, and they're really high on this guy. I mean, they brought him up last year. He was like 19 years old or something. I don't know how old he is now. A year later, 20 maybe. I always exaggerate on the age, so he's probably 27. But
is he Hunter Brown 2.0?
Oh no, this guy's really good. AJ Smith.
All right, I'm just starting a narrative and running with it. Hunter Brown 2.0.
No. Smith Shawver's 21 years old. 21 years old.
That's what I do. Smith Shawver's actually been better than Hunter Brown.
Than Hunter Brown was when Hunter Brown came in the league, though. That's what I'm saying. Now, I'm not talking about the current Hunter Brown. I'm talking about when Hunter Brown came in the league.
He had like 2 or 3 good starts before he trailed off. Smith Shawver hasn't been, he hasn't been bad the entire time.
Jay's got that Celtics futures ticket he's banking on, so.
Hopefully it sets up to where it's going to be my Mavs and the Celtics, so it's like, it's going to be a win-win situation.
I don't think so.
Nah, I'm going to cry. We're going to win the Super Bowl. I ain't worried about that futures ticket no more.
2 rings.
The Mavs are winning. 3-ring Briggs, man. Quit playing 3-ring Briggs because, hey, we'll talk about it in a little bit. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, I don't see the Cubs bullpen game paying off dividends here. I also lean the Rockies, but that game's has all kinds of overs written all over it too. And I like the Padres against the Reds. I can't bet on Frankie Montas. I don't have the stomach for it. Chris?
Yeah, I think this time slot is over central. Over in the Padres, Reds, the Padres hit righties a lot better than they hit lefties. And Frankie Montas, as much as Frankie Montas at times has been one of our guys on the show, hasn't been that way in Cincinnati. He's been inconsistent, and I think the Padres get to him. But Matt Waldron's also had issues on the road as well. I think that could be a spot where Cincinnati puts up some runs here as well.
I thought you were a big Waldron guy. Last time
I faded
up on it. You're like Waldron
against the Braves. Against the Braves, no.
Yeah, you were like Waldron.
Okay, candy. No, I think that's an over just there. I love the over in Colorado, Oakland. I'm with you on that one. You got Feltner, a guy with an ERA, around 5.5 over the course of his career, and he's been getting roughed up left and right this season as well. I think he's given up 4 or more runs in 5 of his last 6 starts. Even the A's can do some damage here, but Joey Estes had a bad start last time out. These are two teams that are actually top 10 in a lot of offensive stats against righty in the last month. So I'll take the over 7.5 there. And yeah, I'm not going to go near that Atlanta Cubs game. Maybe Atlanta just based on getting a more favorable price, but yeah, I'm probably not going to go near that one.
So Bickerstaff's fired by the Cavs. Who do they have lined up, you think?
Hey man, and this is what I think with the Cavs is going on. I think they just finna clear the deck, have a whole lot of cap space, and low key be like, "Hey, Bronny, y'all can come home and we can play it however you want to play it." I think it's kind of what they're doing right now because they got a lot of turmoil going over there. Donovan Mitchell might not want to stay. He was talking about Garland and them, talking about they weren't prepared. Then Garland might not want to be there. Mobley might not want to be there. So Cleveland just going through it. Probably going to bust up, like I said, the entire postseason. And what's up, Brandon?
We got Brandon does our short videos. We were talking about Jay's controversial, all the comments he's getting, all the love. We're learning all kinds of shit about Michael Jordan in the comments. All kinds of shit. And so did you know that so when we lived in Chicago, my wife's first job in Chicago, she couldn't get a job her first year, so she worked at a private school, Loyola Academy. Like she always liked to work in the public school system. Private schools, the teachers don't need to be certified or anything. Public schools like all sorts of certifications and stuff. So they generally are better paying jobs, so they get better teachers and stuff. So my wife was a guidance counselor at Loyola Academy, and Michael Jordan's kids went there. So like he was at the graduation and everything. He had like a roped off section for him. I guess there was all sorts of cameras going on. But anyways, doesn't really matter. Michael Jordan also taking up a lot of Jay's comments.
This is not the right color of diamond bright. This is the color they're giving us. I go, is this? Yeah, it's not the right color. We did not choose this color.
So, anyways, Chris, take these last two games. I'll be right back.
All right, we got the Tigers and the Blue Jays and the Orioles and the White Sox. Mitch has stepped away from the computer, so I can do this. I'm gonna take the Orioles run line. For me, this just seems CJ kind of laughing because he knows exactly what I'm doing right now.
You might as well go ahead and double up and take Gasman too.
Okay, first of all, let me get this one up because I'm not really touching that one. But I'm taking the Orioles run line because this just seems to me like a spot where the offense breaks out against a right-handed pitcher. Mike Clevenger, guy's been getting hit hard for the last couple seasons. I mean, he was at one point one of the more potent starters in baseball for a small sample size, but then I said started to get lit up. And this Orioles team is solid. They've been solid on the road going back to last season. I know the value is on the White Sox. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a spot or two, kind of like that Toronto series where you could take a shot and get some value with the White Sox. But for me, this isn't it. So I'll take the Orioles run line. That Blue Jays Tigers game.
2.5. Can I interest you in 2.5 in that O's game?
I'll sprinkle on it. It's not a play that I love, but I can get talked into putting a little bit on 2.5. Maybe 5 too. Something like that. But that Blue Jays Tigers game, I'll be a homer and take the Blue Jays, but I don't feel good about it. Flaherty's pitching a lot better than I probably would have expected him to. But I don't know. I still get stuck on the Tigers against right-handed pitching because they were one of the worst teams in baseball against righties last year. And Toronto's offense finally started to click against the White Sox. They started to pick it up a little bit. You've had Gosman say that this team's not going to stay together much longer if they don't start winning games. So I think that was a bit of a wake-up call for him. I think this team's got some confidence back. So I'll lean towards the Blue Jays, but I don't love it.
Yeah, I'm on the Blue Jays I'm gonna go reverse run line Blue Jays with Gallagher. I think they kicked the crap out of the Tigers today. The Tigers, they're free falling right now. You know, road wasn't kind to them, and I think that first home game back, they were happy to sleep in their own beds, and they're still gonna be a little sleepy getting up today. Like Chris said, Blue Jays playing for some Gausman. He better pitch well today. He better pitch well today. Not playing. Um, so this is, I told you guys I thought that the White Sox series for the Blue Jays was kind of like the get right series. They did drop one, but other than that, it kind of was the get right series. Got their heads together. I think they're on the way on a run right now. I would lay a couple runs there with the Blue Jays, and I would lay a couple runs with the O's. Me personally, I'm just not. You know what I mean? And the run line, it's ugly regardless, no matter how you slice it. The run line for the -2.5 for the O's is +110. So it's like either they kick the crap out of them or it's really not a play for me. So it's like
I'm trying to see what their team
and
total is.
in all honesty, the way they've been playing, it's like I really don't even want to chase that run line either. So,
Yeah.
but I'm not necessarily going to bet the White Sox today either. So it's like I'm really not betting that O's White Sox, but I'm going reverse run line with the Blue Jays for sure.
If anyone wants to mail me a blanket, sleeping bag, and other camping equipment to my garage where I'll be sleeping, that'd be great. I just always have the right way of something gets, something goes off, and I just have a way with words, it's a gift. It's like, yeah, that's how that went. But I'm back. Don't forget Bo Jackson. I agree. Bo Jackson equally. But Bo Jackson got the thing about the difference between Barry Sanders and Jim Brown and Bo Jackson is Bo Jackson got injured. Those guys didn't. They just walked. Before they never had that downward part of their career, like where it started to wind down on them. They only had the upside. Anyways, what are you guys talking about?
We were talking about the last two games.
Oh, I like the Tigers. I'm on Flaherty this game. He's been a strikeout machine, man.
Oh my God!
The Blue Jays are not hitting the baseball at all, man. If you think Crochet got jiggy with it on them,
series part 2, Mitch. Come on.
No, it's Gausman and Crochet got.
Oh.
But Crochet, what he did to them, imagine what Flaherty's going to do. I think Flaherty the league leader in strikeouts? Is he the major league leader this year in strikeouts?
No.
Yeah,
no.
I believe it. Yeah, he's got it.
Flaherty 3 home runs today, man.
No, Flaherty, it's MLB strikeout.
Hold on, I'm looking right now.
Leaders 2024. Glasnow, Reagans, Crochet, Cease.
Flaherty and Skubal are tied for 5th.
Skubal.
Oh, we got thumbs down. Thank you. Tough guy.
Thank you.
I'm packing it in. This guy should stop giving out bigs. Fuck Mitch.
Thank you, guy.
Fuck you, Mitch.
I will say, Flaherty leads baseball in strikeouts per 9 innings.
Yeah, he's pitched less than these guys.
He's ass. He's gonna get cranked. Don't fall.
Wait. And so if he's ass, right? That makes Gausman not ass.
Yes, it does.
How many hits has Gausman allowed and how many innings has he pitched?
Mitch, today's the day for Gausman.
Now, Gausman's finding a little bit too much at the plate.
The Blue Jays, it's the Get Right Series, part 2.
You said that last time when Crochet mowed him down.
I know, but they did win the series, though.
Again, they beat Nick Nastrini. Oh,
Yeah.
no, not Nastrini.
No.
Tigers, they free falling, man.
Anyone but Nastrini. It will be Nastrini.
Okay, serious question though. Is there any point where you would actually like get on the Blue Jays consistently, or it's just like auto fade the entire year?
I just don't think the team deserves to be in Canada. I think that these guys deserve to play in a real city.
Oh.
They're getting paid in fake money.
Jeez.
That's funny.
Oh, that was a kick in the nuts.
Well, this is what I don't like, Chris. Any professional sport outside of hockey played in Canada.
I understand the Raptors moving to Seattle. I get it. But at least leave me the Blue Jays. Come on, that's all I got left after.
Well, you had the Expos, but they left. They got smart.
the Montreal Olympic Stadium was falling apart. That's why they left. It's like the Saddle Dome. Guys were getting hit on the head with shingles.
They were there forever, man. They were there forever. Man. Park Jury. That was where they played before Olympics. So when I was a kid growing up in Miami, we didn't have a team. So we used to always get Braves games. It was our team. It was the Braves. And then that's how I know like all those old stadiums. We're here at Park Jury. Carl Morton on the mound for the Braves. Tom Paciorek, Biff Pocoroba.
Gausman finished out of.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Gausman.
Gausman who?
Gausman's going to get the crap kicked out of him by the Tigers today.
Gausman's going to crap out of the Tigers today.
Speaking of knock, knock, man. 8 innings. I mean,
I know he went crazy yesterday.
Brewers didn't even want to play, man. They tapped out. 3 hits. It was a gem. That was my top play of the day yesterday. Knock, knock.
Me too. In baseball.
Well, let's take it over to the NBA. We got just one game in town. It is at Boston. It's the Celtics taking on the Pacers. Game 2. Jay, any opinion on what's going on in the playoffs?
Yeah, man. Of course. Best time of the year. I'm on the Boston Celtics. I'm laying the points here in this one. I think game 2 is a real point of emphasis for them in this game. Losing game 1 to Miami in the first round, losing game 2 to the Cavs in the second round, they know they can't afford to give it up here.
They got so lucky, man.
Game 1, and on the flip side of that, the Pacers, man, damn, game 1 was the one y'all was supposed to steal. Like, they had it. I think the Pacers are going to respond and win both in Indiana. The Pacers have gone stupid, dummy, crazy in Indiana in the postseason, yet to lose a game. The Pacers had the number 1 offense in the regular season and in the postseason. Pacers are really good, but I think this is a real point of emphasis for the Celtics here in this game too. I think it's going to be a competitive game most of the way throughout. Celtics probably going to have like a 6-7 point lead. And then they extend it to like a 13-point win when it's all said and done. So still going to be a competitive series. I think the Pacers will definitely compete in the series. But today I think it's a lock-in spot for Boston at the crib because of how they haven't shown up in game 2. I would lay the points.
Chris?
There we go. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. I was trying to find my window. if you've been tuning into our playback streams, you know my thought. I'm following the script. Pacers money line. Celtics haven't shown up in each of the first two game twos of this playoffs. They've come out flat. And the thing is, they had more convincing victories than what they did in game one of this series. I think the Pacers, they took accountability. They realized the mistakes that they made in game one. Had a bunch of guys, were saying, "Hey, it was our fault. We messed this up." And I think you see a more focused effort here because I think that the Pacers know that they have a legitimate chance. Like Jay said, they've been really good at home in this playoffs. So you can win one in Boston. You put yourself in a decent spot to try to pull off the series upset here. For me, the script is out. So I think there's just a bit of an emotional letdown for the Celtics here after that big, big comeback. And I don't think the Pacers make those same mistakes here. So you can take the points if you want, but I'm going to go Pacers money line in this one.
I would just say quickly, Chris, trends bust all the time. I don't know if that's the script. I don't know.
Well, it has been for the first two rounds.
Yesterday, my Mavs, script is out, bro. They always lose game one. And they came out and punched them in the mouth.
Who was that? Is that the voice of the YouTube comments? What was that?
That's the voice of Air. No, that's not. That's probably like, that might be the little YouTube comment, little Twitter, little friends. All of it. I don't know. I don't know if I want to bank on that. Like, I think that because of that, it's a point of emphasis. I get your point, but we'll see. Now the money line price is a decent. It is appetizing. What is it? Plus 325. I seen it this morning.
I got it at 310, but
okay, yeah, I did see it 300. I mean, I get it for sure. Mitch, you switched up on your Pacers. You took the Celtics game one. I know you were sitting there squirming up, like, damn, I knew I should have took the Pacers money line game. I just know you would. I knew you did. I know it. What you doing here, man? You taking the Celtics?
Pacers the play is either Pacers money line or alternate points, laying points if anyone will let you do that. Because I think the Pacers, I mean, they're not afraid of these guys at all. They know they can beat them. They know Jason Tatum's ass. I think Halliburton didn't play all that well, even though he had, of course, the intimidating, really, what do you call it again, Chris, when it just sucks the life out of you type play? Like, what do you call it again? I know there's a word for it, but, it's like one of those plays where, like, like say the guy's going up to shoot an uncontested three, and someone comes up from behind and just swats the ball back down in their face, basically takes it down to the other end and scores. What do you call it? Oh, especially in a crunch time. Well, that's what happened. And but Halliburton, overall really didn't play all that well. He didn't shoot well. I didn't think he shot all that well, and I think that he's going to shoot better in this game. And we all know Jason Tatum, the deeper it gets into the game, the worse he shoots. And that's just the name of the game. They're not going to let Brown beat them again. They'll let Tatum shoot away. It'll be Brick City. And I like the Pacers to win this game. I think that this one is going to look a lot like Game 7 in New York, where it's like they knew they let a couple games get away from them, and it's like, we're going to play the best that we can possibly play, and just no doubter, no doubt. And then they're going to go back to Indy. They're going to win both games there, and the Celtics are going to cry. Maybe they'll fake an injury or something like they usually do. Like the Tatum, I broke my ankle. Hey, Michael, it's my leg. Like Meadowlark Lemon used to do for the Globetrotters, and then he would switch legs, He'd always switch legs on the injury.
Tatum game tonight, man. I've been calling the Tatum games thus far. They're in the postseason. Give me Tatum for 35 tonight.
Oh, God, 35 bricks?
35 plus for Tatum tonight. Tatum game.
All right. I'm taking the Pacers.
Now to the most interesting game on the planet tonight. The moment we've all been waiting for. Drum roll, please. I'll toss it to the franchise player to lead us off. Talk to me, man. What's happening tonight on that ice?
New logo? Old logo?
I'll tell you,
And they look
although the
good.
new logo played well yesterday.
Yeah, they did.
They
They
played
look real
like
good.
they played like they were wearing the old logo.
Yeah.
They looked good last night. They did.
I tell you, the teams that lose the Stanley Cup Finals, man, they generally come back and win it the next year.
If it's Stars Panthers, I might got to pop down there and take you to a game. It just might got to be done.
Oh, man. Makes me feel like I'm in Vegas that week.
Yeah, I think I am.
Might got to be done, man.
When is the final? Anyways,
I think the Dallas Stars get one step closer to multi-ring Briggs. I think they win tonight. I think they win game 1. It's just when you look at these two teams, there's nothing to really go off of except the regular season series. And Dallas did win 2 of 3. But in the playoffs, I felt that Dallas's goaltending has been better. I still think the Oilers are going to have the best players on the ice in McDavid and Draisaitl, but kind of like I thought with the Vancouver Canucks, I think the Dallas Stars are just a deeper team
you love
throughout
Connor
the entire
McDavid.
team.
You love Connor McDavid.
The reality is he's still one of the best. He's probably the best player in the NHL.
I'm telling you, the best thing about doing those shows, Joe Madden was always he's such a crybaby.
But
I mean, I've never even seen the guy
I think
play.
that-
I can tell you, he could be him and Scotty Scheffler and I could all be sharing like one of those ski things, going to the top of the mountain. I wouldn't know who either of them were, man.
Nah. I would for sure know who Connor McDavid was.
I would never. He's not on any TV commercials. He has no endorsement deals. He has nothing, and he's not like any reason I would notice him. Like Chris Paul has more deals going on than he does, man. It's like, I mean, he really has nothing going on.
That's a fair point.
So I would. How would anybody know who he is?
Unless you were in the hockey. I mean, like that's a fair point.
I get it. Yeah, nobody would know. You know why nobody knows, Jay? Because no hockey players get endorsement deals. You know why? No one cares, man. No one cares. That's why hockey players don't get any endorsement deals. Golfers get more endorsement deals than hockey players, man.
The thing is, but he also is in Edmonton right now, so it's like
It doesn't matter.
He was
don't matter.
Nah, if he was like on like the Kings, he would
the last hockey players I remember getting an endorsement deal was the New York Rangers when they had Esposito and they did the Sassoon jeans commercial. Ooh,
who else has McDavid?
Sassoon. Chris is like, I had Sassoons because of that commercial. Do you even know the commercial I'm talking about? You guys have no idea.
I vaguely remember it.
I'm gonna find it and put it in the comments. Ooh, la la, Cat Sassoon, 1979.
So, yeah, like I feel like if McDavid was like on a like really good U.S. team, he would probably have.
Nope.
He would probably.
Mark Messier never got it. Neither did Gretzky. Neither did any of those guys.
Mark Messier did.
No, he didn't. What was his product?
He did.
Edmonton.
I put it on the I put the video in the comment. This is the hockey players getting the endorsement deal. This is the one I remember.
Mark Messier got Lays.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that brings back some.
Hey, did you watch the video? You got to see the video. You got to see the video. I think Ron Turcotte was on the team. Espo. When they got Espo. Yeah. Mark Messier, Lay's chips. All right, so there's one. How many deals did
Austin Matthews has Prime?
Wouldn't even know it. Maybe in Canada.
Sidney Crosby, Connor McDavid.
Jay, you
All
check
in
out the
all.
video. You check out the video I put out, the commercial. You gotta look. You gotta see this, man. This is what hockey players look like.
I don't have the browser up.
No, these are what hockey players look like. I'll send it to you so you can see it. I'll put it in the Skype.
I'm on my stars tonight, man. Short, sweet, simple. Because I'm a homer.
Ooh la la, Sassoon.
That's gonna get stuck in your head the rest of the day.
Sassoon. Phil Esposito, Andres Hedberg, Ron Duguay, that's the guy, and Dave Maloney. Ooh la la, Sassoon. Oh yeah. How about you? You guys are probably too young for the great Michael Jordan commercial too. When I drive, I drive, and when I drive a Chevy. That was awesome. iRock commercials.
I tell you, it's him.
Oh, this might be I Want to Be Like Mike. Oh, this is the one where he's got hair. He shoots the ball into the sunroof. Ooh la la, Sassoon. Parlay time.
Yes, sir.
So, all right. Let's see here. Let's go with the Dallas Stars. Go with the over in the Rockies and A's, and the over in Padres Reds.
Ooh la la, Sassoon. Ooh la
Give
la,
me-
Sassoon.
Give me Seattle Mariners money line. Give me Dallas Stars money line. And give me the Sun, Connecticut, laying the 5.5.
Ooh la la, Sassoon.
Connecticut's dead to me after that performance against Indiana.
I got the White Sox money line against the Orioles, the Rangers money line against the Phillies, and the Giants money line against the Pirates. New logo. Oh. That's what we'll be saying next year when they switch back to the old logo. From the new logo.
Friday show tomorrow, Costa.
Costa will be here. We'll have to get the
You know who he's back for tomorrow?
Chris
No.
Sanchez. Chris Sanchez.
But Chris Sanchez
Imanaga.
and
Sixto.
Imanaga tomorrow.
Oh man.
Imanaga pitch every Monday or Friday. If
I'm
discussed.
calling in sick. I'm calling in sick.
Imanaga sama.
Calling it sick. All right. Thanks everyone for joining us. Make it a winning day. We appreciate each and every one of you. Check out Chris's wraparound Jay's Jam session, my 7 free picks, and first halves and first 5 innings. Gonna change some things on that video starting tomorrow. Got some new ideas. I liked a lot of information on there on the screen, but I think most people are like Instagram. They'd rather see some pictures, so I'm gonna do that instead. All right.
Peace.